She finds herself in the Tower of Tel Fyr looking at Ebonheart Fyr. She got here over the course of quite a bit of time. She spent a lot of time sleeping, a lot of time crying, and a lot of time meditating, and some time praying. She did have direct intervention from Azura, she's sure of it. And she finds comfort in that. And she remembers. And she remembers that in her dream, and from the star she held in her hand, and from the direct voice of Azura, "Fear not, for I am watchful." She feels that there's purpose in her life here. And although she is grieving and often making comments to someone who is not there, the stricken grief of his death is gone, and now the loss of their time together is tempered by the gift of Azura of his life back, and by knowing she's able to make sacrifices. So she will continue on with the promises that she made. As a note, I, as a player, put all of the Dwemer stuff he might be interested in a chest in the house, so there shouldn't be anything in my inventory to pique his interest, which is something that should happen later in the main quest. But be very careful picking up Dwemer coherers. You can skip too much of the main quest. So we're speaking to Ebonheart Fyr to get the Propylon Index. So we've been here before. This is the chest that we opened at the beginning that had the cuirass of the Savior's Hide, which I'm still wearing. Okay, so we're going to speak to Ebonheart.
Is there something you need? Well, what a pleasure. A visitor, an entertaining diversion. Come to consult the great Ebonheart Fyr. You have the divine disease, want to plunder the dungeon, or leer at my daughters. The magical principles of corpus disease are elusive and miraculous, far more subtle and powerful than any conventional sorcery or enchantment. I'm persuaded that it is in some manner the curse or blessing of a god, perhaps both a curse and a blessing. The victim, of course, cannot appreciate the marvelous nature of corpus. It saps the mind and destroys the body. But to a wizard, it is a profound and glorious mystery, a riddle worth a long lifetime of study. When you live for thousands of years, you need a hobby. Something you love always sparks your interest. I collect treasures and invite thieves to steal them. I'm a collector and a sportsman. I collect enchanted items and ancient artifacts, have quite a few Dwemer pieces, and as a sportsman I love letting thieves try to steal my well-guarded treasures. Only a few rules. 1, don't hurt the inmates. 2, don't hurt my daughters. My warden and guards can look out for themselves. Not bad for something born in a jar, eh? Charming and talented. Not daughters, really. A little project, a side benefit of my researches into corpus disease. Made them myself from my own flesh. Nice, aren't they? Alfyr, Betafyr, Deltfyr, and Upsafyr. Quite a comfort to me in my old age. Ha. Alfyr is the sharpest of my girls, in wit and tongue. Gets on my nerves sometimes, but conflict is the spice of life. Betafyr is the sweet one, eager to please and be pleased, an excellent cook and a lovely singing voice. Deltafyr is the efficient one, organized and orderly. She acts as our steward, manages accounts, maintains supplies, keeps the tower and corpusarium running. I collect victims of the divine disease in my corpusarium in the caverns beneath my tower. Poor devils, wretched existence, constant pain, ferocious appetites and passions, no reason at all. Mad as marsh rats, but marvelous too in their way. Completely immune to disease, live forever, barring accidents. Ancient wizards need projects to keep them occupied, and the corpusarium is mine.
You ask about the disappearance of the dwarfs. I believe I've come up with some staggering evidence that proves many of our theories wrong. Thinking more about the ghostly Dwemer specters that still walk the plane and constructs that remain operable after all these years, I've opened myself to more possibilities, many of which are quite grand and may be conclusive. Yagram Bagarn and I debate much on this topic. He, of course, has his own theories on the matter. Dwemer. It is said that the Dwemer were indeed a great house, although not recognized as a house at all. They were thought to have been rebels and unbelievers. Their motives were quite unthought of by fellow pointed ears and even feared. The Dwemer, however careless their ideals were, simply sought understanding. Had I been a walking soul in the time of the Dwemer, I myself might have found and adopted their way and become one of their own. Alas, I am in the present, and they are of the past. So when I ask about the Propylon Index...
Oh, that thing. I was just going to give it to my Corpusarium inmates to play with. Do you want it? You can have it.
Ask about the Tribunal? My love for the Tribunal is no more than a stranger passing on the road. It's quite passive, entering with little trust until proven. The Tribunal have always respected my work and research to the point of tolerance. They do not always agree with my purpose and opinions, but they also realize my contributions. When you ask about Uriel Septum, I was in the service of Uriel Septum for a time, many years ago. I was employed to discern if there was any truth behind the rumors his sons were artificial or demonic replica casts from Jagar Tharn's art. As you can see from my daughters, I have some skill in this regard. The ever-weary Emperor bid me farewell after a year of service. I do admit my previous disregard and distrust to the politics and leadership of the West, but I've grown to find a care in the blood of this Septum. Are the Emperor's sons doppelgangers? I was paid handsomely for my service, not in gold, but with my pick of obscure grimoire from the Imperial Library. I was paid for my skill and my discretion. These grey old lips will remain sealed till their last breath on the subject. Upsafir.
Upsafir is the girl with the biggest heart. She takes care of the inmates of the Corpusarium and helps with my researches. Vista Kai, the Argonian, is my warden of the Corpusarium. Quite a fighter, tough as nails, self-taught, works out with my daughters who are no slouches at the martial arts themselves. Vista Kai was one of the last of my slaves. Freed him, and he wouldn't leave. Kept him on as a hireling, then made him my partner. Excellent fellow, fine companion. Not an intellectual, you understand, but good company for me and my daughters.
Okay. So right behind him on his desk is the Propylon Index. You can just pick it up. Everything else is marked steel. Although things like Divaith's 637th key, not steel. So you can pick up quite a bit here. Okay, this lockbox is not marked steel. Okay, Daedric Sanctuary Amulet and Dwemer Coin. So that amulet might be everything else. Mark Steel, I'm going to do him the courtesy of not taking... Oh, wait, is there a key behind it? Oh, Divaith's 1155th key. Okay, I don't know why it's showing up now, but it is. Interesting. Okay, so, I have what I came for. Okay. It says adamantium ore, but for story reasons, I'm not going to start clicking on following, anything further into, the Corpusarium or otherwise. Let's see if it's in the Onyx Hall itself. Again, Devaith Fear supports theft if you get away with it. I'm going to see if it's here in this opening area. If it's not, I'm not going to go back into the Corpusarium. I might seek it out later, but there are reasons to not do that. Okay, so we're going to return that to Holmes. here for more duties, or is this about my project? Here's 500 gold for the Indoranian Index. Thanks as always. Now the Barandis Propylon Index. All I know is that the wizard Valadas Demnevani of Ars Drellin has it. His tower is in Nisus, and the local folks seem terrified of him, but he's lived right among them for years, so it can't be all that bad. Okay. I ate some food that has detect life, so that's why you see a beating heart in him. Alright. We're going to... missing Khajit. It seems that the only known master of alteration is a Dunmer named Serene Relas, who resides in Tel Fyr. Holmes and Miro provided this information to Drovir before the Khajit disappeared. If I want to get to the bottom of this matter, I need to speak with her. Okay, Tel Fyr, Serene Relas. She should be here-ish. No, not Sadrithmore, Tel Fyr, obviously, it's easy to get them confused. Okay, so her home is here. Now, I believe there are 2 ways to get this done. You can speak to Serene and pay her price, or you could speak to Ajira after you speak to Serene and do not pay her price. But since money right now is not meaningless, but she has more than enough, money will not be an issue for her. It will be 10,000 gold, which is not really a problem. If you'll notice, when Bulai was resurrected, which was done by a console command and not Azura, the entire set of Stalrim that she had given him was gone, and she didn't even think about that until weeks later. Money,
is there something you need?
as long as she has enough, is not really something she's concerned about. Okay. So all these books are marked steel. Do not pick them up.
I'm Serene Relas. Are you new to Tel Fyr? Is there some specific place you want to go? If so, you almost certainly can't get there from here. We're a long way from everywhere else here in Tel Fyr.
When you ask her about missing Khajit? Are you asking me about missing Khajit in the Mages Guild? I have no knowledge of any missing Khajit, nor do I have any connection to your guild, Dunmer. Why would I know anything about this matter? A group of Khajit from the guild were looking for a master trainer of alteration. I believe they asked for your services. I understand. So they're missing now, you say? That's hardly surprising. If you're talking about the Khajit, I think you are. It wouldn't be a shock if something unfortunate had happened to them. What do you mean by that? A few months ago, a Khajit approached me seeking my services. They were exceptionally polite and well-mannered, traits that are more unusual for their race. They introduced themselves as Jasrara, and claimed to be a member of the Mages Guild in Balmora. I can't provide a physical description if that's what you're looking for, as I find all beasts physically similar. I can tell you that they stood out as an expert in restoration, even though their knowledge in other areas of magic was quite limited. They were very eager to learn advanced techniques in alteration, specifically how to manipulate the void to create breathable air, and they brought a substantial amount of gold and precious gems to pay for this tutelage. While I don't usually work with the Mages Guild, the exception being my good friend Folmes, and I'm even less inclined to collaborate with the Khajit, the offer was enticing enough for me to consider it. So I provided the Khajit with what they were looking for. I even allowed them to take notes during my explanation. After a day of work, they managed to learn the spell, but I wouldn't hold out much hope for their survival. The magic they sought is both dangerous and complex, and their skills in alteration too limited to guarantee they could use it effectively in the future. If they, or any companion of theirs, ventured somewhere where their survival depended upon it, they are all likely dead. Ask her about manipulate the void? I can teach you to master the same magic I taught the Khajit, but like him, it will come at a price. Let's say 10,000 drakes. Do we have a deal? So at this point, the quest branches. You can either tell her no, that's too much, or say very well and learn the spell from her. Otherwise, you can tell her no, then study your journal, go to speak to Ajira in the Balmora Mages Guild, and she'll have one of the Khajit's journals, which explains the process. I'm just going to pay for it. I can teach you to master the same magic. Silverine Relas provides you with an exhaustive and detailed technical lesson on alteration magic, the void, and how to manipulate it. After several hours of practice, you are able to master the spell. Okay. So that quest has updated. We're going to do a House Redoran quest, the Founder's Helm. Well, she's gonna, since we're in the area, let's go pick up any quests that might be available. So I'm not going to go searching through buildings, but if there are things that you can pick up in the outside world, I'm just going to grab them.
I don't know. You look like trouble to me.
Is it necessary that you speak with me? Outlander! Would you like to earn some gold? Take care of Terena Dallin for me. She's a petty annoyance, but Mistress Thorana won't let me leave the tower to take care of her. Don't be fooled by her thugs. The armor is impressive, but there's not much inside it. Kill Terena Dallin and I'll pay you 1,000 gold.
Okay, that did not give her an opportunity to say no. She's pretty sure she doesn't want to get involved in Telvanni politics. Think about it for a little while.
Let's hear it.
Greetings, stranger. From the looks of you, you're not from around here, are you? Neither am I, but perhaps we can help each other out. I'm an Imperial agent on the hunt for a dangerous group of bandits that are reportedly operating in this area, but the locals won't talk to me. Perhaps you'd have better luck? Yes, bandits are a frequent problem out here in the provinces, especially here in Morrowind. The Legion is stretched too thin to deal with most of them, and so long as they don't cause too much trouble, we're content to leave them to the local authorities. But when bandits start threatening the flow of trade and commerce, that's when we're forced to step in and put a swift end to these miscreants. A few days ago, an Imperial trade ship sailing down the inner sea was intercepted and raided by an armed group of Dunmer bandits. They stole the cargo, cut down or captured most of the crew, and set the vessel ablaze. We believe the brazen attack was carried out by bandits somewhere in this region, but we don't know where exactly. I was sent to meet with Mistress Thorana and gain the support of the Telvanni in rooting them out, but they've been less than cooperative. Mistress Thorana has outright refused to meet with me, and the locals haven't been much help either. Maybe it's the uniform. Devil knows the Telvanni don't much care for the Imperial authority. Maybe my skills of persuasion are lacking, but I need help in tracking these bandits down, and maybe, just maybe, you'll have better luck than me. What do you need me to do? Talk to the locals, figure out where the bandits are hiding, and then report back to me. Given the size of the raid, we're most likely looking for a large, well-equipped, and well-organized group. There can't be too many places around here for a group like that to hide, and they'd need to bring in supplies from the outside. Someone must know something. Find out what and where, and then we can discuss next steps.
The Empire is the greatest achievement of Tamrielic civilization. This melting pot of contrasting cultures is held together by a strong, hereditary emperor and bureaucracy, by the rule of law, by a powerful professional army
Okay,
and
Veteran
by
Founder's
religious
Home
power.
is here.
Education and wealth is broadly distributed
We
through
can
all
go
social classes
to
where imperial
Albrun
culture
and then
has
head
flourished.
northwest.
Many citizens are literate and protected under imperial.
Okay. Headed up northwest to Bal Isra. Oh, okay, that's weird. Okay, Oh, the guy's in Belmore. Okay, there's probably just a Founder's Home somewhere down in there that I can't access yet. That's weird. Fortunately, we know where Belmora is. Okay. So they're at the 8 plates in Balmora.
Speak, traveler. Just what I need, another stupid Redoran.
Ask him about the Founder's Helm.
Fine. Take the stupid helm. Just like the Redorans to send a girl to do a man's job.
So he says, you want a helm, pretty girl? Albus has a special treat, very special, just between us. So, yeah, gross. Okay. I did not have to kill anybody for that.
The pleasure is all
Well,
mine.
she's getting
Hello,
back
Outlander.
into it. She
I hope you won't take too
feels
much
as
of
though
my
she
time.
has attained some wisdom. She's really not hurting too much. She's recovered. She has faith in her resilience.
Did you get the Founder's Helm? Good work. You have recovered the Founder's Helm and have not brought shame upon House Redoran. Will you give me the helm now?
Thank you. You handled Albus Terry well and did not shame House Redoran. However, a Redoran is expected to keep their blade as sharp as their wits. Memorize these techniques. They'll come in handy when you next find yourself defending our honor. Okay, my long blade skill has improved.
Do not fear. You did not bring shame upon House Redoran. Druleen Phelan needs help with her guar herds again. Sounds like trouble with bandits. It happens, especially further from the law. Usually the bandits are outcast Ashlanders. Go talk to Druleen Phelan again. She might be able to tell you where the bandits are.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to bring Edwina Albert a copy of the Chronicles of
Hello,
Minchelef.
Outlander. I hope you won't take too much of my
Now,
time.
I believe, I thought I had this book and that I had just read it, but I think I had just read it in Skyrim. So if I have not read it here and you have burning curiosity, there are people who read Chronicles of Minchelef, including me. Okay. I just don't want to repeat myself here. Okay, we're going to the Aldrun Guild of Mages. Since we found Dwemer tubes, which show up in several quests, that's about the only Dwemer thing I still have in my inventory. So we might.
What can I help you with? Well, don't just stand there. Have you found a copy of Chronicles of Minchelef or not? You actually found a copy? Excellent. Now give the book to me. I've been waiting for ages to get a Detect Creatures potion from Skinkintree's Shade in Sadrith Mora. It's simply taking Skinkintree's Shade forever to finish it. Go to Wolverine Hall in Sadrith Mora and bring the potion back to me as soon as Skink is finished.
Okay. These are very quick fetch and carry, so I'm going to finish them till she sends me on something difficult.
All right, I'm intrigued.
Greetings, Musa. I'm at your service. Are you here for duties or advancement?
So you ask for the Detect Creatures potion? Yes, of course, soft skin. Take this potion back to Edwina, along with my apologies. Speak with me again next time you're here. I may have some duties for you. Ask him about advancement. Ask him about duties.
For now, just deliver the potion back to Edwina in Aldrun.
I'll ask him about Liathedonia. You've heard of it? Good for you. It's just another pin on the map as far as I'm concerned. Okay.
Welcome, friend. The day is yours. What shall we talk about? Did you get the Detect Creatures potion from Skink? Ah, at last you've brought me a Detect Creatures potion. Will you give the potion to me now?
Excellent. Why don't I give you a potion more useful to evoke her in the field? Okay.
Chronicles, I appreciated the potion. It will prove very useful. Cyril Onway in the Mages Guild in Vivec has somehow acquired a copy of Chimava Midium. It is the 6th volume of Marabar Soul's Ancient Tales of the Dwemer. Most of the ancient tales are not truly Dwemer in origin, but this one may be an exception. It deals with some sort of golem or centurion. Would you be willing to borrow this book for me? Thank you, Outlander. Cyril Onway probably keeps the book near her in the Mages Guild in Vivec. Do whatever it takes to get the book and then return it to me. If you're caught stealing, of course, it is a crime against the guild, so be careful. And take these scrolls just in case.
Okay, so as far as I know, a lot of the issues with the Dwemer come up because there were dwarves in Daggerfall. The first game was Arena and Daggerfall, and there were dwarven cities and typical dwarves. And when it got to Morrowind, they started retconning it a bit to not make them, you know, sort of Tolkien-like dwarves, but elves, Dwemer. So what they have is, oh, no, people were just confused about it. So this is the first step of the retcon here. Okay, I'm going to go back and advance the main quest with Caius. We got the notes and the information from Sharn Gromosgarb. No, Gromosgob. So we'll go give Caius her notes on the Nerevarine cult. I think it's funny that there's a key hidden in that potted plant. You kind of have to levitate to be able to get to it.
Are you here to discuss your orders, or is there something else you want? And these are Sharn's notes on the Nerevarine cult? Excellent. I'm promoting you to Blade's apprentice. I'd like some time to think how this fits in with the Emperor's plans for you. So if you'd like to get in a little freelance adventuring, go ahead. But whenever you're ready, I'll have new orders for you. I'm promoting you to apprentice rank, effective immediately. And here's a little present. 2 spell scrolls. The Divine Intervention will recall you to the nearest Imperial Shrine, and the Almsivi Intervention will recall you to the nearest temple. They come in handy for a quick getaway. No thanks needed. You're doing great work. Now get out of here and let me read. Vivec City, named for Vivec, a living god of Morrowind, is the largest settlement on Vardenfell, and one of the largest cities in the east. Take the Silt Strider from Balmora to Vivec. It's fast, cheap, and safe. Or if you're feeling adventurous, walk the road south from Balmora, past Pelagiad, through the Ascadian Isles to Vivec. Be careful. It's easy to lose the road or blunder into beasts when traveling by night or in bad weather. Travel by day to avoid getting lost or killed. I've thought it over, and I want you to interview 3 informants in Vivec City concerning the Nerevarine and the 6th House. First, I want you to speak with Adir-Anir, a Khajit Thieves Guild operative. Second, I want you to speak with Huleya, an Argonian in the Morag Tong. Finally, I want you to speak with Mera Milo, a temple priestess. Here, I've written the details down so you won't forget. And here are 200 drakes, for bribes and other expenses. Adir-Anir is a Khajit and a Thieves Guild operative. You'll find her in St. Olm's Canton in Vivec. Be careful what you say and use common sense. People in the cantons are suspicious of outsiders. You may have to win or purchase their confidence. Yes, congratulations. Just get on with it. Huleya is an Argonian and a Morag Tong assassin. You'll find him in Vivec at the Black Shalk Corner Club in the lower wasteworks of the Foreign Quarter. In addition to his other skills, Huleya is also known around Vivec City as a student of history and a lover of books and old things. Mera Milo is a temple priestess who works in the libraries at the Hall of Wisdom and Justice. She's a friend, so be careful and don't get her in trouble. The temple is suspicious of outlanders, and wouldn't be happy to find Mera talking with you about religious matters. She'll be easy to spot. Look for the priestess with the copper hair and copper eyes. About doing quests for factions. If you try to complete every task you're given, sooner or later you'll run into trouble. Don't assume that just because someone gives you a job, you ought to be able to complete it. When you get a job that's over your head, be patient. Go do something else for a while and come back when you're tougher, better skilled, and better equipped.
Okay, on that note, level 10, and you can see reputation in Morrowind is 7. So that's my fame rating. Now I can see a fame rating in Skyrim. So the higher your fame, the more likely you're going to get what you want. So it's a overall faction that raises your personality and persuasion and those ratings. All right. Mages Guild, kill necromancer Tashpi Ashibale. Rannis told me that Tashi Ashibale is a necromancer. Rannis wants me to kill Tashpi Ashibale. She lives in Morrowind. Alright. Let's get confused between Molagmar and Morgan. Morgan. Morgan's to the north. Molagmar is to the south. Okay. Okay, you have a choice when you do this quest. You should have gotten a hint by now that there's something very wrong with Rannis.
Is there something you need?
My pleasure. I'm Tashpi Ashibale. What can I do for you? Is this your first visit to Margan?
You ask her about necromancy.
Necromancy? I am not a necromancer. Who said I was a necromancer?
So your choice is to tell her, well, Ranith Arthras said it, or not your concern, or you cannot escape justice. So I'm going to tell her, Ranith Arthras said it, because I don't trust Ranith.
Oh, I see. I refused to join the Mages Guild. I chose to practice healing among my people, away from the politics of the guild. Since I was a Velothi and not well born like Rannis, well, it's not important now. Maybe I know a way out of this situation.
Tell me more. So you have tell me more or die, necromancer. I'll ask her to tell me more.
If Rannis has held a grudge this long, it would be best for me to leave for the mainland. There are plenty of towns that could use a healer. Tell Rannis Athras that I am dead. I will leave Vardenfell, and Rannis need never know.
And so I, again, can say you cannot escape justice, or I agree. I will let you go. I'm going to let her go. If you speak to the people of Margan before meeting her, they will tell you she's a healer. She's our healer.
Very well. I'll leave for the mainland once I get a few things together. Report back to Rannis Athras that I am dead.
So, yeah, go ahead. I'll go ahead and turn that in. And, yeah, there's, Rannis is simply, you know, your typical bad person. I ported to the wrong place. Oh god, oh god.
Hey, landman.
I ported back to him. Hi! The place looks amazing. You're doing a great job. She can't really bring herself to delete the mark point. She doesn't know if it was a slip. She really knew she was going there.
I do enjoy a good conversation.
She can't bring herself to remove the point entirely. Maybe she'll accidentally end up there
Welcome,
again.
Outlander. Do the citizens of Margan still have to worry about necromancy? Did you kill the
You
necromancer?
can lie and say, yes.
She is truly dead. You have done me, the guild, that is, a great service. These scrolls should help you deal with any other necromancers you find. In order to advance to Conjurer, you must pay your guild dues of 200 septums. Will you pay these dues now? Excellent. Now that these formalities are out of the way, I can grant you the rank of Warlock.
Okay. So yes, 200 gold, not a big deal. So, I believe that there are mods in here changing this. It's not voiced. She said I was going to be a conjurer. She says warlock. I don't know which one it is. I'm leaving it in. It's not a big deal. Faction rank. As a conjurer of the Mages Guild, more items will be made available to you in the supply chest as soon as they're restocked. If you're ready to perform duties, both myself and Edwina and Aldruin will have some. If you need more training, I can help for a fee. So now she will train and sell her spells. So, by Invis. I don't know if I have silence. Shield. Higher self-chameleon. Okay, and at this point... Okay, let's see if she has more duties.
I believe the Mages Guild has been infiltrated by a Telvanni spy. Go to the guild halls in Aldrun, Vivek, and Cedrith Mora. I'm sure there's a spy. When you find the spy, do not take any action. Report back to me.
Okay. Okay, if you ask her about the missing Khajit, don't talk to me about that Khajit. I already told the few guild members who cared about her disappearance that I wasn't going to lift a finger to find her. If she left willingly, then she's a traitor to the guild and isn't worth our time. And if she got herself into trouble and died, then she's a failure as a sorcerer and still doesn't deserve our effort.
Look for a spy in the Mages Guilds in Aldrun, Vivek, and Cedrith Mora. When you find the spy, report back to me. It is not necessary to take any action against the spy. There is one less necromancer here in Vvardenfell thanks to you. That's one less necromancer here in Vvardenfell.
Okay. I'm going to go make a few more spells.
I do enjoy a good conversation.
Okay, one will be a combination of chameleon. I'm just going to call it nefarious deeds. Which will be, as I'm getting to be a better caster, I can cast it 100% on myself. And 10 seconds should be long enough. And I usually put on few seconds of invisibility.
First the vision, then the conjuration.
In this case, I'm not going to. I haven't really been spamming my invisibility or this class, and I don't want to train up just yet. Gonna ahead and buy that, but that's chameleon 100% for 10 seconds. That's enough for most theft. Okay. This will just tell me, as an apprentice of the Fighters Guild, I can travel to Cedrith Mora and talk to Frundi. So, since I know that, I'm going to hide this. Fighters Guild Telvanni agents. Okay, that's in Caldera. Now, my mod list, which is again based on Path of the Incarnate, has moved this quest from the vanilla location. So here is Caldera Mine, which we haven't been to. And in vanilla, the mine in question is in the northwest corner. For some reason, they moved it to the southeast corner. It's not a huge deal, except that it cost me probably 3 or 4 hours trying to find that out. So it is a big deal. I left in the overhaul because, well, there's no real reason for me to take it out once I've actually solved that problem. But be aware. Okay, so as she said, one of the agents is outside on guard, so we'll go to to them first. Beautiful sky. So that is Caldera Mine down in there. She's aware there's some controversy that the Hlalu did something about the bid and the Empire, and she doesn't really care right now. She doesn't really like the Hlalu or the Empire. I don't know you. What do you want? I'm gonna ask you about Telvanni agents.
No, I haven't seen any Telvanni agents around here, although now that you mention it.
One of us will die here, and it won't be me.
Run while you can!
Is the end of you, Swit!
Okay, so we return to the Balmora Fighters Guild.
Do you have more information on the Telvanni agents? I need to know. You got all 4? Good. That'll make some people at Caldera Mining Company very happy. And here's 400 septums. The Caldera Mining Company pays well, and when you're ready for more orders, let me know. You'll find basic supplies. Arrows, bolts, healing potions. If you need more healing than that, head to the temple. We're able to resupply the chest once in a while, but don't count on it. I need someone to return a codebook that belongs to our client. The codebook our client wants is in the hands of Sotilda at the South Wall in Balmora. Find that codebook and bring it back to me. She's Thieves Guild. I take full responsibility. And listen, I'm Guild Steward. When I say jump, you ask, how high? Keep that in mind, and we won't have any problems. You took care of that. You've killed the agents already.
Okay. There is an issue here. If you have joined the Thieves Guild and the Fighters Guild already, trying to get the book from Sotilda is nearly impossible without pickpocketing or, you know, nefarious murder through using fury to taunt her. I'm not sure the way that I'm playing the game now. I might be locked out of joining the Thieves Guild if I get the code book. But to this character, right now, in her state of mind, you would not be able to get her to care about that. She doesn't know. It's not important enough to tell her. She has no intention of actually joining the Thieves Guild. Oh, delivery to Ilvi Mine. I've offered to deliver to Ilvi Mine for Nathala Randaro. I can get to the mine by following the road east out of Dondril toward Dalvanus. After a short distance, there will be a tomb on the right. If I continue following the road toward Almalexia, the next time the road forks, the mine will be on my right. Okay, so this is overseas. So Dondril was the last place we were. Where Roz got eaten. Okay, so yes, pretty much straight down, as they said, to the road east. So, we were here-ish. I'm just going to fast travel to there, and then head east. So psychologically, she's finding comfort in simple tasks. All of this is really straightforward. None of it has been particularly evil. She was able to save someone by lying to Rennis, which makes her pretty happy about that. And her soul always gets a lift when she sees the Netch, so she's glad for that. There's beauty in the world. Her interest in picking every flower, grabbing every herb has waned somewhat. There's nothing more to discover in the herbs. She's learned everything she can about their components, so at this point, or at least today, she's just going to let the flowers continue to grow. She can always go to a store and buy more if she wants, but grabbing everything is wow, now that's beautiful. Look at that. She wishes he were here to see it, but it's good for the soul. It's good for her soul.
Wealth beyond measure, Outlander.
This is probably a glass mine, it looks like. And if you steal, I mean, if you do any mining in these while you're being watched, it is theft. Yep, glass. Okay.
Oh, it's you. Can I help you?
So I'll say delivery to Ilvi Mine.
If I worked out, I'd look that
Say
way
you're delivering
too.
Maste from Dondril. I'll take that Maste from you now. Here's your payment. If you're interested in more work, I could use some help finding Goval Thaddeus. He's one of the miners in my employ. He hasn't turned in any glass today, and I couldn't find him in the mine. Miners get injured all the time, but sometimes disappearing completely looks very bad for me. If you find him, I'll give you an extra tip on the delivery. Interested? Great. I doubt he left the mine. If he did, one of the miners would have seen something. Okay, it looks like there might be an underwater section up here. You see where the map cuts out a bit.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
Can hear water. Yeah, okay.
Happy to help.
Underwater.
What's your problem? Whatever you want.
Was something attacking me
Within
down there?
reason.
Because I should probably kill it. It sounds like something's casting spells and trying to hit me, but I can't find it. Alright, I want to go a little bit further. Thanks for the help. I'm just going to rest here longer before heading back. Okay?
Is there something I can do for you?
This is a good place to remember if you want to sneak around and steal some glass. I do know that I believe in in Mournhold, there's someone you can speak. I think it's Mournhold.
Is there
someone you can speak to that if you bring them a lot of raw glass, they will make you custom pieces, which is nice if you can't find a left pauldron. But by the time you can do that, you've probably got something better.
Please join
and it's
me.
very expensive. I think it's not really worth it. Pleased to see you. I certainly hope you're doing well. Is there something I could do for you? You found him down in the flooded tunnel and healed him? You saved me quite the headache. It's not much, but take this gold as thanks. Okay. Taste of home. Kamsarin told me that Kassad's package from Hammerfell was stolen by smugglers near Galmach, northwest of Old Ebonheart. Find that. Okay, taste of home, they're up here. So let's head to further points of the Ebon Tower. And then levitate up there. Almost said teleport. Didn't. Strangely, she's thinking about her first taste of candy as a child. It was later than most children, and it was very spare, so she doesn't have much of a taste for sweets. She wasn't afforded much in the way of sweet. But at a celebration, she was given a taste of something incredibly sweet, and it made her mind explode. Just explode with how amazing it was. And then when she had a taste of it later in her life, it was nostalgic, but it was not that explosion of flavor. So while she contemplates this sunset, she's thinking of that. First taste of her levitating, now it seems like it's just something you do to get somewhere. Her first taste of money was amazing, and now it's just something she has that lies passively in a pool. She doesn't have those. She's naturally curious about mushrooms. She can't help it. It's her laugh. Okay, temple domes. She still has a passion for mushrooms, that's for certain. Mostly because she could always find them. And she could always make them, and she could always eat them, and it's just, it's a self-sufficiency thing. They're common, but she thinks they're delicious. Ah, she can see Vivek from here. So she's thinking that her moments with Leroy were like that. Her first bursting taste of what might have been romance. There might have been loneliness, and maybe romance is loneliness. Maybe they're reflections of each other. Like the fear and desire in dreams.
There is no escape.
So she comforts herself glowing water looks cool. But she gets that memory of that crazy burst of sweet. Crazy color. Crazy yearning for company. And kindness. More than anything, he stood for kindness. Barris's diving helmet. Huh? Water-breathing helmet. Kassad's package. Okay. She doesn't know if it's wisdom or justification or just balm on a harmed wound. She's really not sure. But she's feeling better. And she likes mushrooms. And bows. Whatever else comes and goes. She's not sure she has the right copy of Angasta Kavaka, so she's going to try to see if she can move by. Proud of coming over here and starting a new life and rising up from prison, doing some good.
If I don't have it in stock, it doesn't exist.
Okay. Looks like it's upstairs. Okay, again, it's the same book. I think I just need... Oh, no. It finally disappeared off of her quest list, which is a relief, because it's showing up too many places. Okay? Okay, so she's trying to find... Okay, Kassad, to give him back his package. She's not really making friends, and she doesn't really want to be attached, but she's seeing a moment. There was a moment, she pauses a moment in the threshold of the store. There was a moment when she was praying to Azura, thinking, you have so much power, and I need this so badly. And she feels as though she carries the burden of responsibility for that now, through her efforts and her theft and her sacrifices. She has so much power, and other people need her badly. Other people would have drowned in that cave. She levitates over and breathes water and has this immense wealth, and she can imagine that little girl who'd never had a taste of candy, who still has a love of mushrooms, but fortunately she's never fallen much to envy, but she did fall to bitterness and anger. And now she sees there was really no reason for that. She had mushrooms, she had herself, she was doing her best in each moment. And there's more nobility in that little girl burning her fingers, lighting a fire, and making her first mushroom stew that was oversalted, and then she was scolded for using too much salt. Then she sees in this woman who just stole a book that she could have easily bought. She's still making mistakes, but she wants to help.
You won't find a better bargain in town.
It will die.
Oh, okay.
Help us.
She stole the Hanam root from behind him. Fortunately, she could explain. Did I steal Hunnam root from him before? I thought I used it. No, I think I just took it right then. I don't think I tried to steal from directly behind someone, but we'll see. That was a very long time ago. We'll just assume that the reloading process is the time spent explaining.
I've got a few
that it was a
minutes if you
mistake.
need something.
Okay, package from Hammerfell.
I wonder if she heard me
Did
say
you get my
that.
package? Yes, I have it right here. Great. You took your sweet time. I hope it wasn't too much trouble. I had to fight a smuggler gang in a flooded cave to get it. Sounds like an adventure. I definitely didn't expect that errand. I didn't expect that an errand that simple would turn into such a mess. Here, take these herbs on the house, and a bit of gold for your trouble. One thing's for sure. The package was definitely worth it. Oh, you don't even know the half of it. Iron ore. Iron is a staple of civilization. While it doesn't make the best weapons or armor, it's rather cheap and hard material, which is used for most tools in day-to-day life and construction. Iron ore is more common in Cyrodiil than in Morrowind, but there are a few mines. Anyway. None of them are on Vardenfell, where far more precious minerals such as ebony and glass are mined.
I wonder if she heard me say that.
So I'm asking because I do know that I have a quest where I need ore, and I don't really have them all. Okay, that's the Hummel route. That's what it looks like. Okay, East Empire Company, empty mines, empty coffers. All right. Gudrunda claims to have found an ancient Dwemer ore probe that emits a signal when veins of rare materials are nearby. Unfortunately, the device isn't calibrated very well. It can be fixed if presented with adamantium ore, raw ebony, raw glass, and raw gold. Okay. So I have Dwemer ore probe. So, the probe emits a series of flashes about coming in contact with the raw glass. Okay? Okay, so that's all I had. So it's been calibrated with ebony and glass. Needs adamantium and gold. Those do not sound like things that would be easy to get. I'm not really going to look up a guide. I'm going to leave that quest for a little bit, because adamantium ore does not sound easy. So we're going to see if we encounter this along our merry way, but right now I'm probably not going to stop everything. Let me check the map quickly to see if there are any map points that I could go to. Okay, I'm not terribly worried about opening this area. Although going to Firewatch might not be a bad idea. We will later on be sent throughout this area, I know, because there's an expansion of the main quest that will make that necessary. Okay, I don't see any immediate marks or adamantium ore. Tell you what. I'm going to open up Narcissus, but let me first see. I'm going to hide this quest for a little bit. I've had it in mind, but I will be on the lookout for different ore parts. Bad spirits. Okay. In Necrom, I met a Dunmer named Rilam Aralas. Okay. Now, I'm going to go to the docks here and see if I can get a boat to Narcissus. because it is a long walk. So these look like the quest hub areas that are filled in on the map. Narcissus, we will be opening these up as we go, but I don't want to really miss some. I'll start consulting the completionist also.
Outlander, what do you want?
Speak to these ship captains, see if they're heading anywhere I'm going.
Yes, Outlander. What do you want?
Okay, this is the quest NPC that gave me transport before.
If you care to talk, I would consider it a privilege.
Okay, no, only to info. Now, the Mages Guild also will offer transport to some of these places.
Nice to see you, friend.
In fact, I'm going to go to the Mages Guild here and see if the port NPCs okay, this is Fort Pelagia's tower. It has gold ore, but I would likely need to steal it. Not up for that right now. I want to see if I can find it out in the wild. I'm going to go to the Guild of Mages and see if I can go to Firewatch or Narcissus to pick up spells. She's a little hungry, she's a little thirsty, but she has, well, no, she's a little dirty, a little tired, a little thirsty, but she's discovered that since she really pushed herself in Caldera, that she can wait a bit longer. Okay, sometimes the teleport NPCs are gated by rank. I don't know if I have earned enough rank.
If I can be of any assistance, I'll be happy to help.
I don't even know where the ports are here.
Magic is my speciality. How can I help?
There's a little thing on the floor here that says essentially don't steal my diamond, and there's a diamond on the floor. So she basically abides by it. Do not touch this diamond. I was in the middle of enchanting it when I accidentally dropped it and it rolled over here. There's no telling what horrible creature would be summoned from the pits of oblivion if someone moved it. You've been warned. Your death won't be on your death won't be on my conscience. And I leave it because who wants that? Okay, that's,
Welcome. Please, don't be shy. I'm listening.
Old Ebonheart Mages Guild. Have you noticed the ritual candles expanding the space within the hall? They're a lot more stable than the previous attempted expansion, especially with all the magic our newer members throw around. Oh, it was quite an interesting experiment, really. Instead of expanding space, a pocket realm was anchored to one of the doors here. Unfortunately, the same lack of Aedric forces that allowed for the swift creation of rooms also caused no end of trouble when paired with careless use of magic. After a few apprentices got lost in looping hallways only to be found days later, Archibald decided to lock it for all safety. Lock it all safely away. Okay. Is unusual. Is there gold ore here? She can see it. Oh, is this the locked door? Does she want it badly enough? Oh, it's right there. Look, it's right there, and there's nobody here. Yep. There you go. Okay. It has been fed raw gold. All right. I don't know if he's a port NPC.
Magic is my speciality. How can I help you?
Okay. So by Storm Atronach and Hunger. This is an interesting spell. Damage health 1 to 20 points for 1 second. Fire damage 10 to 20 for 1 second. Frost damage. I believe it's almost impossible to build this spell yourself. Shock, frost, fire, and damage health for 600 is a steal. Oh, these are the port NPCs. Okay.
Hello there. How are you?
If you need a good laugh or a tall tale, you've come to the right place.
Okay. So yes, Akamora, Balfoyen, and Almas Thur. So I'm going to take her up on the Akamora. And we'll try to expand. So we are now in Akamora, center of the eastern continent. Okay.
Good to see you, Outlander. Searching for spells?
Are you here for more duties, or was there something else you wanted? This one might be below your expectations, but we're somewhat in a bind lately. We, the Akamoran Guild Chapter, have agreed on a contract of paralysis-resistant potions, but we're running short on the required ingredients. The quantities we expected to deliver, I believe the only way that stands to reason is to grow them on our own. The herbs we need aren't anything exotic. You surely run across horn lily bulbs and timsicumbi somewhere in your travels. Problem is we need lots of them, and preferably soon, or we risk failing the contract. Talk to Pelodic Floyne at the top level of the guild house for concrete instructions. He'll also hand you some funds. I can only suggest that you keep your eyes open, and don't forget to check with traders and florists. Sorry to say this is the most exciting work I have to offer right now. This issue has lately been paralyzing, pardon the pun, my research and the work of the rest of the guild. The sooner you've got it out of the way, the sooner we can come back to doing useful things. Needless to say, I will make it worth your time. Horn lily bulbs and timsicumbi. You'll need a certain number of them. Ask Pelodic for the details. I'm sorry I could be of no further help. With Pelodic and Verona around, it would be a waste if I too was trying my hands at alchemy. Okay, so...
What can Khajit do for you?
We came here. I'm going to go to Balfoyen and pick up the quest there.
Welcome, friend.
So this only became available because they limit travel to higher ranks, and I just qualified. So nice. We're in Balfoyen, which is to the southwest of Vivek. Pick up a quest here.
Please, feel free to talk at your leisure.
Are you here for more duties? I'm looking for a book called On Daedric Design. It's a book on Daedric architecture by Nellis Lothry. Former mage of the guild, now with the Tribunal Temple. You might be able to get a copy from the bookstore, but it will be hard to find. I'd ask around the local booksellers if I were you. Okay. So we've got Balfoyen, Ackmore, and I'm going to try Almas Thur. This is to the south of Old Ebonheart.
You have my blessings, Outlander. How about a potion today?
I don't see that there are any quests available here. These are very steep ramps.
I'm all yours. Please go ahead.
Okay, I don't see any quests, but let me see if I can leave here.
You seem to be fitting in well.
Water and stone, pilgrim, truth and faith.
Okay. Looks like there's lots of stuff to do around here. Let me see if I can find someone on the street. Gonna do it again. She's gonna go try to steal a book. Although, she really does have to break in first. It's nighttime. Books are a complete morality blind spot for her. It is that knowledge is power. That is... Hi.
Happy to help. What's your problem?
Okay. Let's see. You're looking for someone in particular. Yes, I'm in your house. On Daedric Design. Ah yes, I wrote that book in my reckless youth, the result of years of study on the Daedra. It was a long time ago now. No one listened to my warnings then, and I don't imagine that the dangers of oblivion are any more respected today. I'm afraid I can't give you my book in good conscience. With that in mind, maybe a bookseller will sell you a copy. Okay, if you... across the bridge. Almas Thur consists of two parts. The western part is the market and foreign quarter, built atop a broad bridge. It connects directly to the lands of the Flalu. The eastern part is a canton with a bridge to the eastern bank of the Thur River. Beyond that bridge is the Bloodstone
That gal looks familiar.
Okay, she respects the hustle of someone's at what time? Alone at night, guarding their books. She can appreciate that. She will leave in peace. Okay, so it looks like there's a Vivek Canton type of thing. It looks like the Guild of Fighters might have some work for her. They might not respect the bow, but it works very well.
Sarah?
Here for orders? I can always use more muscle. Yabaska has a bounty on one Krito Vinapter. He's a mercenary from out west. Took a job from the Thlalu to take care of an Indoril agent. The esteemed Indoril Ilvi is displeased with this, but the Morag Tong cannot do such work, and so we must take care of our friend Sir Verpinter. He is somewhere here in Amasthur. Ask the locals. Perhaps if you have friends of the criminal variety, they can help you track him down. Kill him, and Jabaska will have your pay. Okay, so we have a quest here. Good. So we need to be on the lookout of how to get to Firewatch and these other places, but they might slowly... Yeah, see, Narcissus. There are copies of the books in Narcissus. But before I just try to fly straight out there, I'm gonna expand my horizons. Okay, back to bad spirits. In Necrom, I met a Dunmer called Rilam Aralas. Apparently her neighbor, Nandeen Faraloth, has taken to barricading himself inside his home. Rilam is tired of dealing with his antics, but has given me the key to Nadim's home should I wish to investigate. Okay, if I recall, Necrom is further to the south. It's Narcissus. Okay. Wow, all the way out here. Islands. There's a book under the ocean. Okay. Where was Necrom? Necrom, here, okay. Okay, here is Nandeen Farcloth's house.
Go ahead. I am listening.
You're in the charnel works of Necrom. Most of the local residents serve in the employ of the great mortuary complex at the heart of this quarter. I work here in the records office. Can I be of help? Catacombs of Necrom are where we entomb the remains of our ancestors. The catacombs form a giant maze underneath the homes and temples of the city above it. Oh, that's not good. Necrom, the city of ghosts, a city of two halves, that which is home to the dead, and the catacombs and ashworks in the city above, where the living reside and pilgrims visit the shrines and the fane of the ancestors. Well, that's disturbing. I am not going to share my concern with things that tunnel up from the ground, because that seems a little too much to put up on a new person. Oh, it's a surrender to the darkness place. What? My head. How'd you get in here? You're not Rilam. Yeah, things are pretty bad this time. Can you hear that? Even the ancestors are ragging on me for this one. It's like being a scolded kid all over again, but worse. Too many voices. Give me a minute, would you? Ugh. Okay. What are we doing here? There are no doors. Quest markers. Let's see if I can talk to him anymore. Just a little time. Okay, can't talk to them. Seems Nandeen Farcloth is suffering from a bad hangover. To make matters worse, ancestral spirits are chastising him. Okay, he wants time. I'll give him time. Pick up something else here in Necrom. Oh, it looks like I can speak to his friend.
What do you want of me, Outlander?
What's his problem this time? Drunk again, huh? No surprises there, and this time even the ancestors are after him? Well, that's almost quite funny. Listen, there's this spot just out of town he likes, the little shrine on the island in the middle of the causeway. Shrine of the Lovers, it's called. Take him out there, and hopefully he'll cool off. I don't know why I do this. What, pay someone to take care of your friend? Okay. Keep saying my name like you know me or something. Been talking to Rilam? She's got a good heart, that one, but she's not nursing me this time, huh? That's fair. When even the ancestors are angry. She suggested taking a walk out down to the causeway. It sounds like effort. I'll need to put a shirt on or something. Mine's around here somewhere. Could you grab it for me? Oh, wow. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. I should tidy up. I found it. Thanks. Okay, if we're doing this, let's do this. Rilam thinks she's so... Ugh. Alright, where are we headed? Okay. Shrine outside of Necrom. So we walk. I don't know where outside of Necrom. But it is outside, so let me walk this drunk guy.
Bless and keep you
across the bridge. See if anything wacky happens. Oh wow, I just bumped into a ghost. Okay. I don't think this is a good cure for a hangover. Is it going the right way? Can you even tell me? No, I can't.
The spirits welcome you to the city above Necrom.
Okay. Looks like it's back this way. Oh, I am so confused. No, I think that's just the marker for his house. Alright, I'm not sure what to do, but we have left the city. I don't want to take a drunken man too far the wrong way. We have once again gotten lost.
Pilgrim, speak as you will.
See if we can find a little shrine, but yeah, I think the marker is just his house. Yeah, it's his house. Let me see if she can give me any more information, or gave me the information I immediately forgot.
What do you want of me, Outlander?
Hope you two enjoy your little walk. Okay. No. I don't know. Is this a little shrine? No, that's the lower city catacombs. Okay. Okay, I looked up a walkthrough. Let me see if I got it right. We were in the right place, but we don't just go straight. We hang a right at a lamppost. She offers him some food. She had quite a bit of experience with drunken, intoxicated, delusional people, and it was often the job of the wise woman to help them. As long as he's walking, he's probably not gonna throw up. Get him some good food and see if life treats him any better. But she has some compassion. Not a lot of patience right now, but some compassion. At least she's got a fire shield. This poor guy is just walking in the rain while feeling horrific. Okay, so it said once we hit ground, then we go to look for a lamppost on the right. Hey, look, no lamppost. Oh, lamppost. Okay, good. There we go. That looks like a shrine. There's another ghost. Hey, babe.
This one honors
Well,
us.
this is it. Yeah, the llama's right. This actually is a good place to clear my head. Good memories here. Maybe I should stay, meditate a while, get the ancestors off my back, if nothing else. Thanks. Okay. Well, let's see if Necrom has anything else to pick up.
What do you want of me, Outlander?
So is Nandeen Farclough feeling any better now? So you got him to the shrine all right? Maybe this time he'll actually take things a bit more seriously. Well, you helped out. Thanks are in order. I guess. You like Hackalo? Or perhaps this scroll of Elmseed intervention is of more use to an adventuring type? I'll take the scroll. I figured that might suit you. Around here, you get brought safely back in the Fane if you invoke that scroll. Useful if you're the type who likes to get lost in dark, dangerous places. Who, me? Never. Sounds like he might be doing better now, that fetcher. The number of times I helped him out, he's nothing but trouble, but I can't help feeling he's in need of my helping hand every now and then. You know what, this where I tell him you should stick with him or you should leave him, neither of those are very good advice. I wish there was something like, you need to follow your heart and your capacity, because addicts are a They are people that have an illness and deserve compassion, but they do not necessarily deserve all of the time and energy. Right now she's going to try to be a good person and imagine what Leroy would say and what the temple would say, and they would say, you should stick with him. You're right, of course. If I wasn't there to give him a good talking to from time to time, he'd never get up off the floor. And he's a good guy at heart. Thanks. And she knows that addicts, a walk in the rain and saying you're going to be better does not mean it will happen. But she's not going to destroy hope right now. Hope is a good thing. Okay. She doesn't really want to go to the lower entryway, so we're gonna levitate here. See if we can pick up the quest that's up top. You came to honor the shrine? This is good. Would you help an old soldier pay his respects? I'm a soldier of the Great House Indril, recently returned from a campaign against the Reavers on the eastern coasts. Many of my comrades were killed. But there was one in particular, a mer named Udani. He was a very dear friend of mine. As he lay dying, he gave me these tokens, a ring and a sword, and told me to bring them to his wife, a many Udani. It pains me that my duties must keep me here a while longer, and I cannot fulfill his wish. Would you bear these tokens to her? I will fulfill your vow. That eases my heart. Please take these tokens to Ameni Udani. As I recall, she lived in Saitur, a small village on the eastern coast. Follow the road south from Necrom, past Selen, to the Nedrathil coast. I still remember the sound of the waves crashing in that little bay. I like their armor. Looks cool. Ah, okay, there's a rare bookstore.
We are honored, Outlander. Are you looking for a particular title?
On Daedric Design. I have a copy, yes. The book is for sale if you wish to purchase it for your guild. In a rare burst of greed, she's going to buy everything. Liking the deal. Oh, that is an Evil Dead reference. Do you know she has some of these? She's gonna make this woman's day. Imagine going in and asking for one of everything to the stunned woman's face. And just having them delivered home. Speaking of home. Good effort for her first day back. The days are longer. As she gets better at who she is and what she's doing, she lasts longer. Laughs at getting an astral jellyfish from suspicious water. She's going to store a few extra copies of her treasures. She knows she's read some of them. The like in the deal calls her first.
Like in the Deal by Orgol Grow Muck, the autobiography of an orc, Volume 5. The first few days with my new friends was a time to great enjoyment. Every day I would spend a few hours begging Khajit Sunyan to teach me a new spell. I knew he dreaded my stupidity, but he could not ask for a more enthused student. Besides tolerating my attempts to be educated, there was little to do. Selwyn, our fair Bosmer leader, would often be away trying to track down job opportunities. It was an arrangement that I found myself liking, for it gave me a chance to familiarize myself with my new allies. Madar, Khajit Sunyan, and Selwyn I have already mentioned. Besides them, the ruin also housed Rhea and Chestvilt. Rhea was an Argonian mage, and wasn't as receptive as Khajit about teaching his craft. I didn't learn much more about him, because I have a policy against bothering creatures with that many sharp teeth. Chestvilt was a boastful Nordic thief, and was very ill-suited for his profession. The majority of his tales of theft ended with something like, and then I smote the guard with a mighty fist, or, but jail's not so bad, you know. I would have taken the opportunity to let Chestvilt teach me about his trade as well, but even unfortified, I knew better. As Sundas turned into Morndas, marking the passing of my first week here, we began to worry that Selwyn had been captured. Usually she would be gone only half a day at a time, but none among had laid eyes upon her for 4. I'm sure none of the others enjoyed the irony that she returned on. The day of waiting, as I doubt those outside of the Dragon-Tail Mountains know of it, the day, for those outside that range, was the 9th first seed. Selwyn brought news of a shipment of moon sugar that needed distributing, as well as some other cargo she was more secretive about. Mostly, it would involve hauling crates from the boat at the port to our hideout. Considering the build of our fellows, I suspected the duty would fall chiefly on Hestbild and myself. Time to earn my keep, I suppose. At least my armor had been destroyed, so I could do the work without that Igma on my back. While the rest of us prepared to leave, Khajit sprawled himself out on a hammock. As the only one who could exercise a measure of control over our undead security system, he was the safest choice to stay. Rhea finished his preparations early and dashed out of the ruin. Curious, I followed the Argonian. Besides, having very little to my name, I required very little preparation. I found him bent over talking to the shoreline not too far from the ruin. My approach must have been unwelcome, for he gestured for me to stay back. When he finished whatever he had been hissing in his own language, a muted purple haze floated over the water, and he turned to me. "It's the slaughterfish, warm blood. We trained the ones here to carry messages for us. No man, or mare, or even Argonian can match their grace under the surface." He began walking back toward the ruin's hidden entrance to await the others. Swift swim will hasten their journey even more. We will follow the shoreline to the port and keep our eyes to the water. For when we see again those slaughterfish, we will know whether or not the law will be there to dissuade our work. The deal with our fellow smugglers did not include fighting well-armed guards after all.
Oh, okay. It looks like this is part of a series. We already read one of the other books where they found the slaughterfish dead. It's unfortunate I don't remember the name, and it's not listed as a series, but oh well. I believe I read A Fable from Valenwood, because that's where I made fun of them, because you know they're all eating each other. Yeah.
London Room studied the tavern from his usual seat, casually filtering out the conversations of the other regulars. He did not come for food or drink or to overhear their petty trifles. What concerned him was news from afar that travellers, the unusual lot, brought in. Information was always useful, even if that use was not immediately apparent. As luck would have it, 2 unfamiliar Nords stalked in. Luck, however, was not kind enough to make them carelessly start conversing their business to all within earshot. That made them doubly curious. Besides being strangers, the Nords broke the seemingly unwritten Nordic rule of bragging loudly of their brave and foolish exploits, most especially the foolish ones. But these 2 sat in silence, staring sullenly at the other patrons. They opened their mouths only to order more liquor or foodstuffs, and did even that with an air of hushed importance. As London Room watched them without seeming to watch them, he knew their eyes were surveying the room in just the same way. They were looking for something. With typical Nords, he would have suspected a fight, but these fellows made no motions toward their weapons, and he did not sense the usual pre-battle tension in them. A waitress serving the patron on London Room's left distracted him for a moment, and when he quickly looked without looking back at the Nords, they were gone. Shaking his head in stifled curiosity, London Room suddenly stiffened. He felt hand on his shoulder as one of the Nords took the seat to his right, and his fellow stood behind and between them. The bearded Nord at the seat, the elder of the 2, studied London Room's face, his dark, hard eyes betraying nothing. "High Elf," he began, "we have need of your services." Saying no more, he waited for some response. After beat, London Room asked, "And how would 2 unfamiliar men such as yourselves know what sort of services I might offer?" The grey-bearded Nord turned on the stool to face the bar while he talked. "You are an Altmer. You wear robes without the creak of armor below. Your hands fit around a plate as if it were a book. You might look around shifty like a thief, but you are a wizard." It wasn't a question, but the Nord let it hang in the air as if it were. "Congratulations," London Room stated flatly. "You have figured out that an Altmer uses magic. Let's not waste each other's time. You know we were looking for someone like you. As I said, we have need of your services." London Room answered flippantly, "Indeed, I do not intend to waste any time. I'm not interested." At that, London Room felt a dagger poke lightly into his back as the other Nord stepped close in to cover the blade from prying eyes. All around them, regular tavern chatter continued unabated. The Nord with the dagger hissed, "You are a sharp mer. My blade is sharper still, but you are a sharp mer. I know you do not recall us asking for your services, because we did not." The older Nord chimed in, As he says, this is not a matter of requesting. This is not a negotiation. I said we were looking for someone like you. I said we had need of your services. I say now you will come with us, travel with us, and cast spells for us. When you are no longer needed, you are free to do what you will. The second Nord continued, if you give us trouble now, you will die. We might be caught, and we might not, but you will be dead. I know you understand me. After an uncomfortable silence, the bearded Nord clapped London Room on the shoulder. It's settled then, he said loudly. Come then, friend. Much road lies before us, much work to be done. As the group passed through the tavern door, London Room cast one last glance back. None of the other patrons had noticed. Travel was a nightmare for London Room. The Nords set a murderous pace, and the frozen lands of northern High Rock seemed to conspire against him. The one saving grace was that Hæflig, the younger Nord, stalked out ahead and killed anything that troubled him. Considering the relative ease with which he dispatched the odd, malevolent beast, London Room would not have been surprised had the powerful youth claimed nothing troubled him at all. That they could cover so much harsh ground so quickly, and that Hæflig could swing his axe so tirelessly along the way, did much to banish from London Room's mind the notion of fleeing his captors. At the end of the fourth day's marching, when they prepared a rudimentary camp, Traskik, the elder Nord, decided it was time to share some information with London Room. As was his habit, the bearded Nord gave up little. Elf! A ship was wrecked off the western Skyrim coast. That's where we're going. When London Room pried for more, all Traskik would say was, a day after we pass Johanna, you go your way, we go ours. Keep asking questions, your way will be in the ground. After another 4 wretched days, the small party looked out over the bitterly frigid coastline of Skyrim. The Nords called for halt at what looked like just another stretch of water to London Room. Talking among themselves, they each nodded, convinced that this was the spot they'd been seeking. Shivering against the wind, the Altmer walked cautiously over to his kidnappers. You said before I was a sharp mer, he said through chattering teeth. Since I've been dragged uselessly along while the two of you cleared the way, I take it this is what you needed me for. Yes, Elf, Hæflig answered. The ship has sunk far below where we can reach it. We would have gotten a spellcaster closer to home, but only we know of the ship, and telling one local means 50 would know. Don't need the competition, just need someone competent to cast a spell of water breathing. Don't you worry about the water? London Room asked. Traskig had looked annoyed with Hæflig for having volunteered so much information, but at that both could not help but laugh openly. We are Nords, Elf. We bathe ourselves in snow. These waters, tepid. Hæflig continued chuckling with typical Nord bravado. London Room quickly silenced them by asking if he would get a cut of the loot from the sunken ship. Traskig turned his cold, hard eyes on the Altmer and with equal warmth told him, of course, we will spread everything out on the ground, appraise it and split the take in half. My half, Hæflig's half, and your half. Quietly, London Room stated, 3 halves aren't a whole. Oh yes, they are, Elf. Traskig stared a hole through London Room. All halves have the same value. Our halves tell us how much gold will line our pockets. Yours tells you how much your life is worth, how much it takes for us not to kill you. London Room wanted to laugh back in their faces and call them for the fools they were, but somehow held his contempt in. When the Nords demanded he cast the water-breathing spell, he cast it. Of course, it didn't last as long as they'd hoped. A pity, thought London Room, as they struggled vainly to the surface. Whatever treasures they sought, they would indeed get to spend eternity with, unless the slaughterfish tore their corpses apart. A just punishment for being foolish enough to threaten one upon whom your life depends.
A mason's song. A bard tells a story about a laborer struck down by a wall. Some 15 years ago, I met a bard with the strangest of all stories to tell. Born an Ashlander, his view to life was very different from mine and most of the surrounding merfolk as well. Perhaps that is why he fascinated me with such a great influence. Although old and withered now, Fainisibi had once traveled through all Tamriel, gathering a great many stories from the land's humble folk. After 20 elven years of living among commoners, earning one's bread by doing masonry in imperial forts near newfound ore deposits, and ploughing the cork-bulbed fields of Morrowind and Black Marsh, he chose to settle down in one of the most beautiful cities of eastern Morrowind, Tyr. There he still sings and entertains the visitors of the Crimson Cutlass Tavern. After many miles of traveling horseback from Alton Corrimont to Tyr, our party leader decided to make an expedition to the local taverns. We, being paid by following orders, had the opportunity of once again following and perhaps saving him from a plethora of problems with the authorities. We began by drinking fine Sajama in the Hanging Argonian, perhaps even too fine. Enhine had gotten his "let us conquer the Black Marsh" drive on, and promptly stated that if he should ever encounter a free Argonian of prosperous stature, the beast be slain on the spot. After another round in the Lizard Carcass, a rather shady trader inn underground, our master was already too lushed to think clearly, and was ready to conquer Elsweyr too. Then we finally arrived to the Crimson Cutlass. There an elder dark elf sat against the wall, with several tired journeymen round him on small stools. Enhine had always been fond of heroic epics described and portrayed by poets who had seen it all, and this Mer certainly had the looks. The man, whom people addressed as Fainisibi, sang, "Laying tiles for days, side the abundant hills of Lanelin, working with an ogre's pace. Amongst others there was Barin, a race of Redguard, strongest of the lot. Even he could not stand the burden of the job. One day we were a-working on the eastern wall, for had our captain commanded us, 'It shall cover the glade by nightfall.' So we toiled hard, from dusk till sunset glow. But as the darkness drew near, it seemed we could not finish the last row. Thus Barin, eager and strong still, went to the captain's camp on the side of the hill. He climbed down from the slight spire and to the stand. While descending down, he did not see the rope's other end, and clung to it as he fell. Rope attached to the ground and wall, freshly masoned, came crumbling apart. For his faith to see mere 25 times of warmth, no more. Yet from life he knew what to expect for dreams of a man, and passed, struck down by the eastern wall of a mine, built to last. So it went, and the story was told on the taverns of Hammerfell, how a labourer was struck down hard, struck down like a spell. Though a man of little stature, Barin was no fool, and there he rests in the pit of Lanelin, bottomless and cruel. Enhine, as expected, had gotten very furious even before the 4th verse, and had left the tavern swinging from side to side, apparently ending up back in the Hanging Argonian. I did not pay attention to him, though, being mesmerized by the story Fainisibi had told, and those yet to come. You might wonder, why is one measly bard so fascinating that he deserves to be praised in a book? It is exactly the same reason many others thought of Fain. Why would a good-mooded patron want to hear a story of a labourer being grotesquely splashed by a ton of bricks? It has been said by many, echoed by Fain among others, that every being is worth a song, and that is why the outcast bard of Erebenimsun tribe was so remarkable and struck to me as a gentle mind amongst the stressed and bad-habited people of these days. Sometimes stories of one's failure give meaning and faith to others.
That is true, but sometimes they're boring. A good life, unfortunately, does not make a good story. Good lives can be incredibly boring. And interesting lives. Those can be curses. Mushrooms are boring. And she loves them so much. She's grateful to be able to sleep for a normal amount of time. And be able to pray about mundane things. To Sotha, though she hasn't really encountered much, she knows he's part of the tribunal, but she thinks about it every time she touches this temple. It has the power to cure disease and cure blight. Does the soul of Sotha have anything to do with Sotha at all? But as always, she ends her prayer in thanks to Azura.